Hey there, folks. Rockhound Lion here with another box opening. You are not seeing double. It's been a while since I've been able to find the time to sit down and do this. So we're going to open two boxes, try and chase some goodies. So we've got our usual compliment. I've taken Venusaur's been bumped for secret Aonishiki. Forget the word I'm looking for there, but you know what I'm talking about. The Aonishiki alternate art, effectively. Tamawashi on the hearts, because of course Tamawashi's king, it's a legend, and then we got reigning champ Wakataka Kage sitting on the front row. I've got a few other little lion related knickknack things I'm going to add to the background. Feel free to fast forward through this if you don't care. Some pretty cool odds and ends. So the PD Ice Cats is a minor league hockey team out of South Carolina. Thought this was really cool. We'll add it to the stack of lion stuff. We can get it to stand up, maybe. There we go. Good enough. The Brisbane Lions. So love Aussie rules football. Two-time reigning champs, two-time premier champs, time premier, winning two premiers. I don't know. I'm new, much like sumo, new to the idea. We'll add them in though, all in. And then last one's this really cool Lego minifigures, just released new series 26, 27, 28. I can't remember. It's all animals. So I thought it was pretty cool. Little lion dude holding a chicken leg. We'll get him in there too. That'll work. All right, let's get down to it. We got 40 packs to get through today. So we're chasing anything cool. I'm going to go ahead and open both boxes now so we don't have to have the knife out for the rest of this. And we will just dive on in. See how quickly we can get through 40 packs. We may just go ahead and take everything out and stack them back instead of trying to do my usual reach back to the box and grab packs out. We'll just go ahead and take everything out of both boxes now. Well, the wrestlers are recording this on 6/14, June 14th. So all the wrestlers, all the sumo wrestlers, most of them anyway, are in Paris right now. I'm watching some great exhibition matches there. I think it's more intended to just be a for those unfamiliar too, between each, sorry, I'm thinking and trying to figure out how to make this pop up. Between tournaments, the sumo wrestlers will do 4 events. So they wrestle for 15 days in every odd numbered month. So they just did May, and the next one will be in July. In between then, they've got 6 weeks off. Typically, it's some amounts of recuperation, though it is a lot of tour work for them. And then they'll go into the next tournament. So every 6 weeks, they're wrestling for another 15 days. But this instance, last year, I think they were in London, which is pretty cool. And then this year they're in, I saw the PD guy fall down. They're in Paris. They tend to be more just sort of exhibition style. I wouldn't necessarily call it pre-scripted, but it definitely has that pre-scripted feel to it. But still, introducing the sport to another group of people who perhaps would not have interacted with it. I cannot wait for the opportunity, one, to see sumo in general, two, if it were to ever come to the United States sometime. I would be opening a box of cards from the venue itself while the wrestlers wrestled. Although it would be hard to not pay attention to the wrestlers wrestling. All right, so we have got our first box here. I'm just going to put this here. So box 1 is here. Box 2 is slightly off camera, but they're all there. No trickery. I'm not sneaking in some loaded packs. Let's get cracking, though. We got 40 of these to get through. Probably won't do as much calling out every card like I usually do, since we do have so many to get through. You can see them pretty well, so if anything particular pops up. And we got the brothers, Koto Shoho, Koto Eiho. Very cool, on the dot. Sparkle. Let's see what we can do. Let's put the empties back that way. Normal cards off camera. Dots on camera. Anything else cool? All right, so that's pack 1, box 1. We got our group going here. I am covering up the Lego guy. I figured it would, but that's all right. Sonayama, good story there, coming back to his thing. Yoshino Fuji. Love Yoshino Fuji. I think I mentioned in an earlier video, I'm a fairly recent convert to sumo in the last year and a half. January 25 was the first tournament I watched, so partial to a lot of the guys who've sort of done big things in the last year and a half, and especially partial to the guys who are newer. Would have been following them all. Shoryu's promotion to Yokozuna was the first tournament I watched. I think I mentioned that in an earlier video too. First tournament was January 25. Turner Fuji retired, and Shoryu earned promotion. I'm like, wow, sports got, like, we get a Yokozuna every tournament or something? Like, what's going on? No. Historic tournament to be a part of for the first time. Masakoryu on the dot, 4 packs in. Moving right along. Of course, Ono Sato 2 tournaments later, May of 25, 75th Yokozuna, and then Aonishiki didn't go so close, being 76. Roga on the dot, Sparkle. Now Kirishima looking like do the same. Gonna need a really, really good result in July, but Kirishima could be Yokozuna number 76. Be pretty cool. Aonishiki, heard us talking about him. Got Ura on the dots. A big old pile of wrappers by the time we're done back there. Tommy Fuji. Sahakuryu. On the dot Sparkle. It always seems to be in the second half of the box that we hit the whatever the box hit or case hit ends up being. First half's usually pretty quiet. Shoma on the dot Sparkle. Won't usually keep up this pace for opening boxes. I mentioned in a comment the other day, I've got 20 of these, so we're opening box 4 and 5, and I intended to open about a box a week or a slightly faster pace than that, but life being what it does, slowing me down. Fujinokawa, another great. Love Fujinokawa. I have to put on here, I've got some Tagadas from these guys. If you're not familiar with Tagadas, they're handprint signatures. Incredibly cool. I think I've got Fujinokawa somewhere. I have to get some of those out and show those off. Pretty cool. More sumo swag. Hiroshima. Yokozuna number 76. Call it now. Get it in there. Get your bets in. Don't literally get your bets in. Rock Online is not responsible for lost bets. Bet on Yokozuna. I bet Jimmy can bet on Sumo. Well, see, that's interesting. So the last time we got, this is the heart foil. So for those unfamiliar, again, the heart foil is only 1 per box. The last time we had the heart foil in the first half of the box, which was the first 10 packs, there was a hit on the other half. That's where we got Aonishiki alternate art. So it's interesting. Secondly, I love Tamawashi. So that's a win-win for everyone to get Tamawashi on the heart. If that's the hit out of the box, that's the hit out of the box, and that's totally fine. A tremendous amount of love and respect for Tamawashi, so we'll give him front and center underneath everything else for now. But potential good indicator in the past. You know, take a single sample size. The last time it happened, you know, that's being the way it's always going to happen. But you know, what we've got to work with is a relatively small sample size so far. Got the 4-pack. Abi, Tamawashi, Ichi Yamamoto, and Wakamoto Haru on the dots. Sparkle. Tamawashi with the, we'll swap out that Tamawashi with the heart I have back there with this new one. Next time if we don't hit anything particularly cool. Alright, this PD Ice Cats thing is going to be insistent. It is meant to be a keychain, but the keychain broke. So I'm like, well, at least I could put some use to it. It was on my keychain for a while there. Aonishiki dot, that works. Oh, Nishiki, really hoping he's back and at, I mean, even remotely close to full force, but man, Nishiki at full force is just so exciting. So many different ways to win and so dynamic a wrestler. Great to have him back. Shira no Umi on the dot. We got 6 to go. This will be 5 after this one. Nishiki with the, or Nishiki, sorry, Sato with the umbrella. When we did have a hit too as well, the dot sparkle for the box, or the pack, was earlier in the pack than where it normally is, which is at the back, the good cards at the back. Oshoma, Hoshoryu, and Asahakuyu on the dot. So if we get through this box, first off, I opened reverse side, I know that. It does tend to spoil things a little bit when you open with the back facing out. Sometimes you can see a little bit more than you'd like if you're trying to be suspenseful. But if we see the dot sparkle anywhere closer to the front, Kirishima again. Wakataka Kage, reigning champ. Kodazakura. Not reigning Ozeki. No, and Ozeki. Tends to be in this range too. Like pack 16 is where I was thinking if it was going to be one, it would be right around here. Seems to be where it was last time. Okay, yep, so we've got the dot sparkle here. So whatever is behind this is the second to last card. Whatever behind this is the hit for the pack. And it's looking like a Takayasu alternate. I'm going to call it alternate art. I know that's not the right term for it, but it's the alternate Takayasu photo for his card. Which is pretty good. I think, I'm trying to remember back, it's been a while. I think Aonishi's alternate art was the last box we opened. So we went back to back effectively. I ordered a big chunk of boxes off a seller on eBay. So kind of hard to tell whether I got, am I getting 13 hits or 13 nothings or, what, some mix in between. But back to back, pretty good. Also a big fan of Takayasu. That is great. And then Abi again on the dot sparkle. But cool. Alternate art Takayasu. So the rest of these will all be pretty normal unless the card gods want to do something crazy and jam like 6 alternate art or 6 double signature autograph cards in here. Doubt that will likely happen. Asa, Koryu, Ura, and Gonoyama on the dot sparkle. I do like though, I like the alternate art. It would be cool to get a something numbered. Didn't know you're holding on to something that there's only X number of. I got a series 1 boxes I opened back in January, which weren't recorded, but I learned my lesson there. We'll always record them. Ichi Yamamoto on the dot sparkle. I got a Haku Oho, not Haku no Fujiak, Haku Oho auto card. Someone else, I got something else. I can't remember who else, someone else numbered too. Out of 4 boxes, I got 2 hits, which was really nice. We got Sato no Shomi on the dot sparkle. Cool. All right. Well, box 1, Takayasu, and then Tamawashi on the heart. Fantastic. 2 of my absolute favorite wrestlers. Literally, actually, just ordered Tagadas for these guys from another fantastic website. Like I said, when I'll get some Tagadas out, those haven't arrived yet. But you guys are also very hard to get Tagadas of because they're both so popular that when they get them, they tend to go out of stock pretty quick. So, box 2, rolling right on through. We won't reset anything or clear the massive stockpile of wrappers. Go to Shoho Kodoeho. Pretty cool to get the brothers on actual cards and back-to-back in the stack like that. And Boson. Again, at least from a relatively small track, if there's going to be a hit in the box, the heart foil will move to the first 10 packs. Onishiki. Wakataka Kage. Oh, now that's interesting. So we have our first star foil, which is a ace hit. It is dot sparkle, 1 every pack, heart foil, heart sparkle once every box. This is effectively a case hit, I think. similar to the alternate art cards. I don't know the exact rarity, but this, I was very surprised to see that in both that so early in the box too. But I mean, I love Wakataka Kage. He's a heck of a wrestler, and again, this is the first of the heart of the star, so I'm trying to take a little bit more time to get all of the sparklies on there. Very cool. Okay. Wow. We got a couple really nice cards. We'll try and keep everybody on camera. So I don't know what that means for the rest of the box, if that's the hit and that's the hit and we're done, or if we'll have some other stuff, but we will find out. That was early too. So the star hit, what am I opening right now? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was the second pack on the of the box. Pack 2. Had the star. Okay, interesting. We're learning. Many boxes to go. Ura on the dots. I'll have to do a count on the dots and figure out which ones we're chasing next time we open this up. Because we would have, by the time we're done, we'll have opened 100 packs. We'll have 100 dot sparkle cards. It's looking like Shishi and Aonishiki on the dot. It is the detriment of opening them the way that I do, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Shishi and Aonishiki on the dot. I would hazard a guess I've got every other card after. Again, we'll have 100 packs, 6 cards per pack. One of them's a dot sparkle, so 500 roughly cards that are normal cards out of the 81 cards in the set. And you would think out of 500 chances, you probably got all 81. I have to pull all that together too, figure where we are with everything. Takano Show. Takano Show again. Back-to-back cards and back-to-back packs. Aonishiki. Onokatsu. The dot sparkles. See what happens then. Nothing else, and we should still have a art hit, and it will be somewhere in that roughly pack 16, pack 17 range. That I'm going to chuck that one off the side. The rest of them I opened them all flat so they can actually stack up pretty well, but that one opened weird. Sure you. Kirishima on the dots. Shinafuji. Wakamoto Haru. Dot sparkle. Aonishiki on the back. Whatever it turns out to be. Hiroshima, Wakamoto Haru, Chiyoshima. Oh, it's Aonishiki on the hearts. Really? Alright, well this is turning into something interesting, because every other time that we've pulled every box has one heart foil, and every time we pulled the heart foil in the first half of the box, it's been a case hit somewhere on the other half of the box. But we had a star foil pull already. So does that mean that's the hit for the box? Is there something else still coming? I mean, it's literally just a pool of all of my favorite wrestlers. I like all the wrestlers, but, you know, to have the 4 hits out of the 2 boxes so far be all wrestlers that I would, in a heartbeat, take cards for, that's fantastic. Good run for these 2 boxes. I'm glad I decided to do 2 of them in a row. Koto Shoho, Koto Eiho. I think we opened with, yeah, we did. The dot sparkle. We opened with those guys. All right, final half of the second box. Keep an eye out. There are definitely zones in each box that it feels like you don't get hits, generally. Checking these packs off to the side. Stack's getting too tall. Oh no, Sato and Oshoumi on the dots. Sorry, started the thought there. There seems to be voids in the packs where you don't hit anything. Just by virtue, I guess, of how they're stacked into the boxes. So it looks like, generally, you don't get anything in the first 2 or 3 packs, or parts of the pack, but I mean, then again, we hit a star draw there, and then you go pretty dead until you get to potentially the bottom half of the first half. Go to Sakura. And then you may hit a may get a hit of your heart for the box in that area, and that usually indicates something's coming on the other side. Washi again. Oho, the dot sparkle. I'm trying to not open it so obviously towards the back, so it's a little bit more of a surprise for everyone, but that's the way that I've gotten into him so far. At the very least, I'm trying not to look. You may be looking, but I'm not trying not to look. Where else you would look other than here? Ono Sato on the front, very good. Kodazakura, Hoshoryu. Daisho. Daisho dot, yeah. It'd be about this range. This pack number 14? Right? 14 or 15. Oh, okay. That's Hakkeyoi, Takayasu, Kirishima, Yoshino Fuji, good run of dudes there. Wakataka Kage. Trying to get a better Wakataka Kage. We've only got a dot sparkle back there. As soon as we get an upgrade for Wakataka Kage over the dots. Might put his it's the heart, yeah. No, that's a star, isn't it? Yeah, the star foil will definitely make the jump. Alright. Tamawashi, Shishi with the horrible Henka on Tamawashi this past tournament. Alright. Gotta win. I get it. Alright, so this would be my pick for the pack that would have it. I think we're usually about 4 packs in from the end. That would have something if there's gonna be something, and it feels like they are getting harder to open every single time we go through this. Come on, open up. Alright. Just trying to leave a name and move quickly. Maybe we can hide if there's something there. Tobizaru. Okay, nothing in this one. Asa Hakkeyoi. Could be here. But again, the star hit the star on the front half of the box. That might be the extent of it. I see Tamawashi on the back. Always good to see Tamawashi. Tamawashi dot again. Although we have a part of that exact same one. So it's looking to me as though if the star comes in, it's in the first half of the box as opposed to the second half of the rest of the normal hits, and then that is it. Which makes sense. I mean, the star foil is supposed to be that. Midori Fuji and Atami Fuji. The last pack. Got wrappers all over the place here. Work out a better system for opening 2 boxes at a time. It's looking like that's going to be it. Onishiki, Asa Koryu, and Asa Suryu. Fantastic. Well, there you go. I mean, that's pretty darn good on back-to-back boxes to be able to say that we pulled an alternate. I'm going to call it an alternate art. I know that's not the right term. Takayasu. And a star. Get him out of the corner there. Forget about the corner of the box there. Wakataka Kage, Wakamoto Haru. Let me try and get in the light so it actually shows it again. Yeah, a little bit. Pretty cool. And then we got our hearts. Onishiki and Tamawashi both upgrade. Well, I don't know. I feel like the alternate art Onishiki we have in the back is going to probably still hang out for a while, but we'll upgrade Tamawashi to the sewing is Mawashi. Well, cool. Appreciate you watching. Do another one of these again soon. See you next time.